Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haze. I'm an artist and speed painter from Malaysia, and if you have subscribed to my channel, you would know that I love to create art on Procreate, which is an app for iPad. So Procreate is the only reason why I'm using my iPad. I don't use it for any other function other than to watch Netflix. So all of the iPad accessories that I own are actually created for the Procreate app, and today I'll be sharing with you my top iPad accessories for the Procreate app. So on the top of the list, I would recommend that you really get this product. So this is the Sketchboard Pro. It's a huge mounting board for your iPad. You can actually just push out the legs here and put it on your table and then snap your iPad Pro on top of it to mount it up and then use your Procreate when you're drawing. So let me tell you why I love this accessory so much. So before I have this accessory, I was using the iPad very often, creating art on Procreate, and my neck was really starting to hurt because it was very low and I was looking down the entire time. So the posture was very bad, and I ended up having neck pain and back aches. So this is one of the biggest reasons why I bought this product, because this product actually raised the iPad up by a fair amount, and actually I would love to have the iPad even higher, but this is good enough. I do not get backaches anymore and I do not have neck pain anymore. So the good thing about this product is that it caters for every iPad versions that I know of. Almost every iPad can fit on it. You just have to select the correct one. So this costs about £112. So it's really worth it if you're using Procreate all the time. All you have to do is to be careful when you're carrying it, because once you have snapped the iPad on and have the charger cable snugly attached to it, if you accidentally just pull the entire board, the cable might be damaged. And if you're someone who likes to carry your iPad wherever you go, you have to be careful to hold your Sketchboard Pro like this to avoid the iPad from falling out of the mount itself. So this is just one thing that you need to be careful of, but other than that, this is a fantastic product and you should definitely invest in one of these units. So the next accessory that I would like to talk about is this gloves. So it comes in this bag. This is from pen.tips, and the glove actually looks like this. Once you have put it on, it only covers about 2 fingers. So this is how it looks like. So this is a digital painting glove for digital artists who use tablets and iPads to create their art. So you would want to use gloves like this when you are smudging a lot with the bottom of your fist while you are painting and your screen has difficulty detecting your brush strokes. So one of the reasons why that might happen is if you are sweating a lot. So I have a huge problem where I keep sweating through my palms and my feet all the time and my body stays dry. That is very weird, but basically even right now my palm is sweaty, so I have to have gloves. But actually these gloves itself did not really help me with my sweating problem, because I sweat so much that the gloves would get drenched and the whole thing got wet, and instead of like having wet spots on the screen, this whole stretch here couldn't be used at all. So maybe you would want to have the glove for cleanliness and hygiene purposes so that you can keep your screen clean, but for sweaty palms it does not really help. Let me just put it out there. So this is €20 from pen.tips, and you can select for your left hand or your right hand. If you're left-handed, you would probably take the left glove instead. And they also come in 3 sizes: small, medium and large. Okay, the next accessory that I would highly recommend is a glass polishing cloth. So this is a glass polishing cloth mainly used by bartenders to polish their wine glasses and whiskey glasses at a bar. So this is a great cloth that is huge, that can clean your iPad screen easily and quickly when you are working, especially if your screen gets dirty a lot from your palm, your hands, your pencil and scratch marks and things like that. So if you have a screen protector on, it will also work. So I highly recommend this glass polishing cloth. It's only about $8 and you can use it together with a glass cleaning solution. So the brand for this cloth is E-Cloth. Yeah, this is really useful. You should have it if you're using Procreate all the time. Okay, next I would like to talk about screen protectors. So the Paperlight screen protector has been really popular for some time now. It is a screen protector that gives a paper-like texture to your screen so that you can have an experience of drawing on paper even when you're using it on the iPad itself. So basically, this screen protector has a huge problem, okay? Any screen protector that claims to give a paper-like texture, it will eventually be a sandpaper on your Apple Pencil tip. So what happens is your Apple Pencil tip will get sanded off, and then the metal part will start to show, and you have to replace your pencil tip for your Apple Pencil. So this is a huge problem for all of us. But the thing is, once you have started using this kind of screen protectors that creates the paper texture for you, you will actually get so addicted to it that you can't live without it. So for me, I am using the canned paper screen protector. Is only about USD 5, but the Paperlight goes for 34 euros, and it can be applied to any size of the iPads itself. So I know that a lot of you are a huge fan of these kind of screen protectors that gives a paper-like texture. So this is why I would like to suggest the next two accessories. So the first accessory that I would like to talk about are pencil nibs. So pencil nibs are like silicone gloves for your Apple Pencil. It looks like this. Okay, so this will actually protect your tip as you are painting on Procreate. So this will also increase the lifespan of your Apple Pencil tip itself. But what I do not like about these silicone tips is that you sort of lose the accuracy when you are creating strokes on Procreate, because you can't tell the exact pinpoint strokes right in the middle of the Apple Pencil tip itself. So that is one of the reasons why I do not like to use silicone nibs. And I also do not like the feeling. It gives a feeling like you are almost digging your nose with a glove. That's the feeling that I get, and I do not like it. And maybe some of you can live with it, but I feel that if you are using a screen protector, you are looking for that paper-like feeling of scratchiness when you are painting on the iPad. This totally takes away the tactile experience that we are looking for digitally when we are painting. But if you are interested in the pencil nibs, you can get them from pen.tips for 18 euros, and they also come in 10 colors. The accessory that I'm using at the moment is actually a pencil tip replacement. So this is the pencil tip replacement that I'm using right now. You can see right here up close that it is a metal tip. So this is an aftermarket product. It is not official by Apple. It comes in 3 sizes, and because the tips have various lengths, you can pick the length that you are comfortable with, but they are so affordable. You can have all 3 of them and try them all out. And the tip itself makes it really easy for you to be precise when you are sketching in Procreate, and you maintain the effect and the tactile experience of keeping your paper-like screen protectors on when you are using Procreate. Also, this metal tip itself, this brand claims that it doesn't wear off as often. It has 30 times durability, and it's also made of metal. And this is only $4.5, roughly around there. And I love this tip, and I would really recommend this. The next accessory was something that I did not plan on having, but I fell in love with. So it's also from pen.tips. They sent me like a bunch of stuff all the time. So this is a grip. So because I've been using the Apple Pencil for so long, and this is how I grip the Apple Pencil, and I would grip it harder and harder, and the grip gets so strong that I will hurt myself here in the cup of my palm. So I actually started using the grip, and even when I'm using the grip, I find that I'm not using it like that, because my grip is actually a lot higher. So it goes up until like this, and I'm actually holding it as high as this, and I love it. It felt so good and comfortable. I love the pencil being bigger, thicker and chunkier. So this pencil grip goes for 16 euros, and you can get them from pen.tips. It comes in 4 colors if you are interested. I realized that since I love it so much, and now it's only this height, what happens if I find a grip that is like as long as my Apple Pencil? I will get even more comfortable and have a better experience on the Procreate. So this brings us to the next accessory. So the next accessory is a pencil cover, which comes with a top cover like this. So I just insert it in to the pencil cover every time because I have to take it out to charge. Okay, I still have to take it out to charge, and I can just press it down and use it, and it is thick, it is chunky, it is fat, and I love it. And this is my current setup at the moment. So I love this pencil cover, and this is the Moko retractable protective case for the Apple Pencil, which goes for $8 only. The only thing I would say, the only negative thing is that sometimes I leave this like this on the table and the spring would just suddenly shoot off and the cover would fly off right to the nose of my cat, and my cat will be like, I do not know why that happens. The spring is a bit faulty. It is only $8, but I still love this product so much. Okay, the next accessory is really important. This is the first accessory that you would get every time you purchase a new iPad or you upgrade to another one. So this product is actually the iPad cover for your iPad. So an iPad cover actually has a couple of functions, but the main three functions that I would actually look for, because I use Procreate so often, you need to have all these functions covered. So the first thing is you need to have an Apple Pencil charging dock. So this dock needs to be on the side where the iPad are magnetic and are available to charge the Apple Pencil, so that you can snap it and it can be docked into the case itself. This is very important that it is protected. The Apple Pencil needs to be protected and it needs to be able to charge while your iPad is safely docked inside here, and you should also be able to charge your iPad at the same time. Alright. Another important thing is shock protection. This case is from stmgoods.com. Okay, so if I drop it, it has significant shock protection and screen protection because it has a cover. It can cover the screen. Important thing is it must also cover your Apple Pencil. You may be surprised, but a lot of cases out there, the covers doesn't even cover the Apple Pencil. So you need to cover the Apple Pencil, because I have lost Apple Pencil just by dropping out of the case. Because sometimes when the whole thing is in the bag, it gets ruffled up and then things just fall out sometimes. So this is something that is very important, that it has a snap case and it covers the Apple Pencil. Okay, the third function that you need is that it needs to be angled. So this can be slot in like this, and then it can be placed like this for you to watch Netflix, or you can place it like this for you to work on Procreate. So this makes it very convenient for travel. So when you travel and you work in a cafe or during your holiday in a hotel, you can definitely still use this case to work on your Procreate, and it is very steady. So having a steady angled prop is the third function that is so important for your iPad case to have, because it can really provide the support that you need when you're working in Procreate. This case is so used. I bring it everywhere I go. Every time I go outdoors for a project, for murals, for painting, for presentations, this is the case that I would use. I have already repaired it a couple of times because it has fallen apart, but it still works for so many years already. It is the STM Dux Plus. So it goes for about $65. It's really affordable, but it really works and it is awesome. The next accessory that I would like to talk about is something that is fairly new in the Procreate scene. So these are Procreate keyboards. This was sent to me by not sure how you would pronounce that, but they sent this to me. This was like their first prototype, and I tested it out really early, and this was sent to me by pen.tips. So you can see that this is a lot more luxurious. So why do you need keyboard? So these keyboards are actually shortcut keyboards for Procreate to access tools that you would commonly access, like increasing your brush size, getting into layers, changing colors, color balance, hue, saturation, brightness, changing to full screen, going into the brush or the eraser tool, and so on and so forth. And the interesting thing is, these two different products, different makers, one's from China, one is designed by pen.tips in the Netherlands and assembled in China. They both have very similar buttons and shortcuts. So the shortcuts that you see here on this keyboard is also available here. And this has extra shortcuts as well. The reason why you would want to have keyboards is you are too lazy to remember gestures. So there's a lot of gestures in Procreate. You have to slide down with 3 fingers, 2 fingers, swipe here, swipe there, up, right, left, right, tap this, double tap, triple tap. Many things can happen and can be set up in Procreate for gestures. Sometimes we cannot remember all of them, so this is where this comes in handy. And this also comes in handy if you repeatedly access certain tools in your workflow. Like for example, whenever I do line work, I undo a lot. I keep undoing to get the perfect stroke. So instead of double tapping on the screen the whole time, my finger would just be hovering over the undo button on the keyboard and repeatedly undoing all the time just to get the perfect stroke that I want. And if you see here, you can see that there are no smudge tool available for the keyboard. So the quickest way to get around this is to set up the gestures in Procreate to get it toggled in another way. So for me, I've set it to toggle under the color picker tool here. So every time I hold this button, my Apple Pencil will automatically smudge the strokes on the screen. So this is how you get around to limitations of the hardware itself. And if you see here, there is also an Apple button. So the Apple button is here for this keyboard and the Apple button is this one here for pen.tips. If you hold this and press the buttons for any of shortcuts, you can see that they actually activate a secondary gesture. So for example, if I use this and access the brush size increasing or decreasing tool, you can see that it is increasing at a different state. So the increments are less when I press on this button. So these are the reasons why you might need the shortcut keyboards for your Procreate. And if you're interested, you can still get them. They are all connected via Bluetooth and rechargeable using a micro USB. Yeah, both are micro USB and they also come with an on-off button. I find that connecting them to your Procreate and iPad is really easy. Once you have connected them for the first time, the next time, each time you turn them on, you just have to press the buttons a couple of times and you're connected. You don't even have to reconnect the Bluetooth. So it's really convenient. So this comes in black or white from pen.tips and is 84 euros. And this is our first gen, which is not available anymore. The second gen is available for $36. The last accessory that I would like to talk about is also extremely important, which are charger plugs. So these are charger plugs where you attach your cable and connect them to your iPad so you can charge your iPad. If you have a lot of chargers lying around, sometimes when you buy a new product, you did not take out the original charger. So what happens is, if you use your old charger for your iPhone or your iPod and plug it into your iPad, you can tell that the battery is draining quicker than it is charging, especially if you're using Procreate, because Procreate is such an battery intensive application. It really drains batteries really fast if you're not plugged in. So I am plugged in all the time, but when I go out, I would like my iPad Pro to be reliable and to be able to use Procreate for at least an hour or two without the battery draining out. So this is where charger plugs come in handy. So this charger plug is the one that came in the iPad Pro box, which I did not even realize. But this is the charger plug that I've been using all this while. This actually comes with my MacBook Pro. So this is the fastest charger that I have at the moment. And how can you tell if your charging rate is fast or slow? So all you have to do is look at this text here in small and faded print. Look for the one which says output. Okay, here it says output 5 volts to 3 amperes or 9 volts to 2 ampere. So times both of them together, ampere and watts, and that would give you your charging rate in watts. So this would mean 15 to 18 watts. So the usual iPhone charger only supports 5.2 watt to 2 ampere, which is about 10.4 watts. Now let's look at this one. This bad boy here is 20.3 watts to 3 amperes, which is about 60 watts. Ooh. So these are all very high numbers depending on what cable you're using and what device you are charging. So the iPad Pro supports up to 35 watts, which is a lot lower than what this provides, which means this will be highly sufficient when it comes to charging my iPad Pro, which is why I have not sold my MacBook Pro, because I wanted the charger. So this charger itself is my precious. It keeps my iPad Pro charged all the time. This also depends on the cable that you're using. So your cable usually is written there how many amperes it supports, so make sure it supports the ampere number that is written on your plug itself. So it's easier if you're just using the official cables, then this will actually guarantee that you are able to transfer battery charge and also data whenever you need them. And since the official one also works as a video output as well, so you make sure that you separate your official cable that came with the box, because those are different from the other data cables that you can get elsewhere. Usually they provide a lot more functions. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Those are the accessories that I would really recommend if you're starting out with Procreate, or if you're experiencing some problems, ergonomics and posture and the overall user experience when you are using Procreate. So let me know which ones are your favorite accessories and which one do you have and which one you like to own, and maybe then for the next video I would share all my favorite accessories when it comes to shooting Procreate videos for YouTube. Let me know if you'd like to see that in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, guys. I love you guys so much. I hope to make more videos soon. So remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!